Hello. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to make a poultice for injuries, whether open or closed skin, and that all depends on what you are trying to treat with the topical application, whether you want it to be drawing out or warming or cooling. Um, that's going to influence what herbs you put in it. In an emergency situation, you can make a poultice out of just about anything, avoiding poisonous plants, of course, generally avoiding anything that has waxy berries or glossy leaves. However, one really excellent herb to put into a poultice is Slippery Elm because it has those insulating properties, it is soothing, it's mucilaginous, and it absorbs water. It's very absorbent, so it creates more of an herbal paste. And then I like to add a clay, such as French green clay or bentonite clay, to mine. Often I have you add calendula in the classes that I teach because it is anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, and it helps relieve pain. In some cases, you can substitute chamomile. Well, in many cases, actually, you can substitute calendula with chamomile. Excuse me, I keep misspeaking. The chamomile is also anti-inflammatory and antiseptic to an extent. It also has anti-pain properties and can reduce irritation, redness, and heat. In my case right now, because I appear to be out of both my calendula and my chamomile, I'm substituting those flowers with Arnica flowers, Arnica montana, which is an excellent flower for topical injuries. You do not take it internally because it does have a poisonous or toxic effect on the body when taken that route, but topically it is an amazing remedy. If you ever find yourself making a lot of topicals, I definitely recommend Arnica. It is antiseptic, bactericidal, and anti-inflammatory. It is also anti-rheumatic, great for joint pain, muscle pain, and it is a counter-irritant. It is used in many cases for topical injuries and even for injuries where the sinew, the tissues are hurting. So let's get started. I have my supplies here. Angle my camera down. And all I have is, for a single poultice, I have about 2 tablespoons of green clay. I have a 1/4 cup of my Arnica blossoms and a 1/4 cup of Slippery Elm. And you can see here it looks a lot like sawdust. It has, sticks to itself quite a bit. This is that absorbent property, and then I have water to use as needed. This will just be used in small increments to wet the material, and all I'm going to do is add it to my blender cup here, and then I'm going to blend it into a paste. There you go. And the clay adds drawing properties to it, which Slippery Elm has as well. You can make a poultice without a clay at all. You can use just plant material, such as an plantain poultice. I'm going to add a little water to that. There we go. Now it seems pretty liquidy here, but the Slippery Elm is quickly going to absorb that. Now you can make these ahead of time and freeze them in ice cube trays in your freezer. And then when you need them, get them out and defrost them on the stovetop quite quickly, or if you wanted it as a cold compress, you could put it in between some layers of gauze and cloth and apply it that way as ice cubes, depending again on what you needed to do. That was pretty quick. It's all we needed. You can tell here it's quite a paste. It's actually very thick here. So I'm going to kind of scrape this out from the blender area. And it is sticky. That's a quality of the Slippery Elm again. So now that I have it, I'm going to use some typical gauze, though you can use cloth, paper towel even will work, but I'm going to demonstrate with this. Now, so I've got my gauze here, and I have a clean towel, and I have here, if you can see it, some plastic wrap. So I'm going to move this out of the way. Change my so I'm going to pretend that it is my arm that is hurting. Let's say that I've injured this muscle and I can't really close my fist. I'm going to put this out here. Put that on top, just as so. And unfold my gauze. Like that. And now, if you were applying this to another person, you would probably put the poultice directly on them, on their arm, their skin, or on the gauze, and then place that on top of the skin. So you can see this is quite pasty. It is kind of gelatinous. Again, that's that mucilage property that Slippery Elm has. And then I would apply it like this and wrap this like that. You can use more gauze and then wrap my towel around it. And this is a warming poultice because I am applying it room temperature and using an insulating towel to apply it. Now, it's a lot easier if you have another person, but there we go. That is my dressing. You can wrap it a lot tighter than this and keep it on, and then you would keep it on until the temperature increased to about body temperature, and then you could refresh it, or you can just leave this for several hours. Actually, with the Slippery Elm like that, it's still going to have those drawing properties. Sometimes people will apply a poultice overnight and then take it off in the morning. So that was how to make a poultice, and thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoy making yours. I'm going to take this off now. If you ever wanted to make extra, you can just put it in the refrigerator. Again, one that I definitely recommend to have on hand is simply the Plantago Major leaves blended with a little bit of water and stored in ice cubes. Or stored as ice cubes. That makes a great one for any kind of insect bite or even snake bites, should you have to use that while waiting for help to arrive. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I look forward to hearing how yours goes.